Well, all right. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Walt's World. I'm Juan Castillo. He's all American, big time, man. He just made sure that I knew, because the last time I said, he was an all-time scorer in high school basketball in Connecticut, but he just corrected me and told me it was all New England. Walter Luckett, the All-American. How many points? How many points, man? You remember?
Yeah, 2,691, I believe. Yes,
Oh,
and I missed one game in my senior year, which would have been 1,001 year. I'm glad you're making me reminisce, because this NBA series is really bringing me back to that jump shooting days.
Yeah, that would have been 5,000 if you had a 3-point play, man. That would have been 5,000 in a minute. Yeah, man. So listen. Okay, so this game yesterday, all right, Utah and the Clippers. The Clippers came back, right? What was your take on the game?
Well, I thought the Clippers, they had to. I mean, their backs were against the wall. I mean, and also I think the guard play, they were overdue. I think Leonard, he played well throughout the series, but PG, finally got into his game, and he played a great game yesterday. And also, he's a very good defensive player. Let's give him credit for that.
Yeah.
And so they stepped up, but they had to.
So now we're talking about Donovan Mitchell being hurt. What do you think?
It's interesting, Juan. There's a lot of injuries in these playoffs. The only way I can contribute it to is probably the physical play. These guys are playing great defense. All these teams are, I guess, they're stepping up and they become very physical. Mitchell is a pretty strong guy, but if he's hurt, I think LA can pull it out.
I said that to you.
I know.
2 days ago when I said, look, I wouldn't put it past the Clippers coming back and winning this thing, and they were down 2-0 at that point. You know what I mean? Because look, man, if you got Kawhi Leonard on your team, and look, he's consistent. He might take a quarter off, maybe a half, but he's coming back in that game, right?
Very competitive guy.
And I think that he's one of the best defensive cats in the league. As a matter of fact, I don't understand why they don't allow him to really guard the best player on the other team, like my man. And so I think that when he was guarding him,
shut him down.
He shut him down.
He shut Mitchell down. He was quiet for a while, and if Clarkson wasn't hitting those shots, they wouldn't even have been in the game.
And then tell me why did he decide to take him off him? Is it because he's worried about fouls?
Well, I think also when you play defense, it takes away from your offense.
Well, you got to.
I know you don't like that, but in some respects, I mean, if you're focusing a lot on defense, and Mitchell's a handful.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like you sometimes you could leak out and get some easy buckets, or maybe you might just take a breather once or twice. But with Mitchell, he's always moving. So I think playing him took a lot of energy. Maybe that's why he was trying to conserve him a little bit so he can get down to the stretch. But PG came through, which was a great thing that they needed at that time.
And Reggie Jackson is stepping up. I
wanted to say that. I told you about Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, man. I mean, I always liked him. You know what I mean? I always did like him. He's emotional, though. He's very emotional. When he's not having a good game, he gets down on himself. I think the only way they really win is Zubac got to do something.
Well, let's get back to Reggie now, because believe it or not, Reggie really is a great substitute for Beverly. Could you imagine if they started Beverly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Reggie's a scorer. I mean, he put some points on the board yesterday.
Oh man, I mean,
and you have to play him. He's a very good jump shooter.
Absolutely,
and he's a good rebounder.
Yeah, and I mean, look, man, he plays bigger than 6'2", right?
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, Juan.
He plays. I mean, you see him out there, you think he's about 6'7", 6'8", So yeah, man, I think that the Clippers got a chance to win this thing, and that's going to be extremely interesting, But again, man, I mean, we were talking about these injuries, man, and I mean, we were talking about back in the day. You got wrapped. You wrap your ankle before games. These guys in their sneakers, man. Everybody's wearing low top sneakers.
That was
Really?
a no-no back in our day. High cuts, Converse sneakers. You tape yourself every game, and very rarely did you get hurt during the game time. But all these guys got their own brand sneakers now. They're sporting it. It's more of a business proposition now. They're out there selling their sneakers, and they're not really protecting their bodies because ankles are very sensitive. As you can see, when these guys take a jump shot and they come down, they come down on another foot. That's it.
And man, when they twist, I don't look at it, man, because I can feel it.
It's tough. It's a tough thing.
Let me tell you that matter of fact, you just told me earlier that you had broken both your ankles when you were in high school, right?
Absolutely, and believe me, it's painful. And I didn't get the time to heal like these guys get.
Right.
But again, like you said something pretty interesting off the record. You said, "Well, we didn't even realize that. We just played anyway."
That's right, man. Yeah,
I wasn't limping or anything. I was just trying to crack ankles, even when I had a cracked ankle.
Yeah, man. But Clyde is the one that started that nonsense because remember he had his Puma sneaker, and he started them damn low tops. I mean, look, high tops are not a very good looking sneaker, even though some of the ones that they got today are pretty nice. Michael's got some nice sneakers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I mean, there's no reason for you to wear low tops, man, playing basketball, man. Your ankles, man, that's the most important part of your body when you're playing basketball,
Absolutely.
And I notice also, man, they're all bodybuilders now. They're all cut up. And are they working on their legs?
It's just a different time now, Juan.
Are they working on their legs?
No, they're not. And that's unfortunate because it's all connected, it's just a different time. I think a lot of these guys are very athletic and they rely on that, but they don't realize, once somebody gets a body on you, or if you're going up for a rebound and coming down, that you need that support. You need that physical strength in your body to protect you, and they need the equipment. And the biggest equipment are your sneaks, big time.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, man. Also, man, I want to give big up to Terrence Mann. I mean, this kid is playing some ball, man. You
called that the other day.
Yeah, I did. He's playing some ball, so he's a very key ingredient. And of course, DeMarcus Cousins is coming in here, causing problems.
He's
finished.
I can't give it to him. Now you talk about one and done. He should be one and done. I think Man brings the juice in there, and you know what? He should get more playing time. Cousins comes in there and he just seems like he just causes trouble. He makes the game to me look ugly, and I hate to say that, but that's how I feel.
Now, I still think that, the player that has really come out there, I didn't realize he was that good, was Bojan Bogdanovic, this kid from Utah. Oh, my goodness, man. You know what I mean?
He can flat out play.
And he's got to step up now, right? Because we don't know, how Donovan Mitchell is going to come back. We just don't know, So
my big question about him though is how old is he? Did he play up in the European League or was he drafted? I mean, he seems like he's very mature.
Well, he's 32. That's why.
Yeah. See, so yeah.
He's
got some experience.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting paid a lot of money too, man. 17 million. How about that? 17 million. Yeah, So
he's earning it though.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. So okay, so let's go to Brooklyn. Here we go again with the ankles.
Man.
What do you think of the game today? By the way, everybody,
I'll tell you, it's just proving one thing. Kevin Durant, he's a phenomenal scorer, but you can't touch him because he does not like physical contact. And I think he needs to get in the weight room. We've been saying that for 20 years now.
Yes.
He needs to get stronger. And I think also, but I will say this, some of the calls were legitimate fouls, but you got to continue to play. He's more worried about somebody, making contact and it kind of distracts him from his shot, particularly today. But he does need to put some weight on. He needs to get in the weight room. And I think it'll be, it'll make it look a little bit better than it looks like today because he was crying a lot out there.
Well, to be honest with you, 107-96, the Bucks didn't really run him out the gym, really, And they should have run him out the gym with Kyrie out, and so, but the Nets have been playing together without these three guys anyway all season. Think about it.
I know, and and you're absolutely right. And when you think about it, I like James.
Oh, hey, that boy. We used to call him shuckers. Remember, we used to call him shuckers.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's playing some good basketball.
Hey man, he will throw the ball up in a minute, and he has no fear about nothing.
And they got Jeff Green back now too. So
I love Jeff Green.
They could sustain. I think.
Yeah, I love Jeff Green. I think that he's probably, besides the top three, he's a key in that with the Nets, man. But what are they saying about Kyrie? He's gonna sit out
right now. They're just saying they're gonna go back and get some treatment on it. I think Kyrie, when he gets hurt, he takes a few days off, but I don't know if they can take it. I mean, what's it, 2-2 now?
It's 2-2 now, bro.
He's got to work on getting back on that court. Because I'll tell you another thing too. When you think about it, the Bucks were really pushing it up the court.
Constantly,
they were going to the basket, and I mean they were putting pressure. They were going down that lane, and there was no defense on that protecting that lane.
Yeah, and I mean, Giannis is gonna try to go right down the middle. I mean, other lesser teams have put up a wall. Why can't they put up a wall?
Yeah, it's amazing. Again, I go back to D'Antoni and Nash. I don't think they have the know-how, and because they were always guard orientated. But I don't know. It's just behooving to me. But I tell you what, right now, when I look at the Nets, they're very vulnerable. 76ers could give them a fit also.
Oh my goodness! Woo! Yeah, man. Because they're not gonna have anybody for Embiid. Nothing as it is, right? But without the guard play, man. I mean, like what? They ain't got nobody inside for that matter, right?
And they got Simmons, who's an excellent defensive player. He's
exactly.
Gonna put, he may not be a good scorer, but he's going to put pressure on the defense, which could. And I tell you, another guy who needs to step up is Harris. Harris, where is he at?
Oh, come on, man. Seriously speaking, man. But something. But you know something, man. Look, that's why I don't. I like jump shooters, right?
Uh-huh.
But you're not an all-around basketball player if you don't drive to the damn basket.
Thank you so much, Wayne. He can't handle. He has no handle.
That's the problem.
When he misses his foul, when he misses his jump shot, that's all. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Shot, and then he goes down the other end. If he makes it or he misses, but see, to me, he doesn't even follow his shot up. That's what.
No.
When you shoot a jump shot, you got to follow your shot up. He don't even do that.
He never does that.
They got some trouble. They got some problems right now.
Yeah. It's going to be extremely interesting. So who's playing tonight? What's going on? Let me see here. Who's playing tonight? The Suns and the Nuggets are playing later.
That's right. And the broom could come out. And I think that Denver's done. Denver is done. Well done.
Yeah.
And you can talk about the Joker all you want, but the Joker, he needs some help. And I don't think it's out there right now. And I think they're going to close them out tonight because I tell you, CP3 wants it bad. I am really, other than my boy Doc Rivers, because Armor Hill's my boy and they're partners. But I would love to see I really would like to see CP3 come through with a championship. He deserves it. He's hard
yeah. He got it, but they got whew. They're gonna have a rough one in order to do that. But no, I agree.
So?
I definitely
you think so? You think so? Who do you think would give Phoenix trouble?
Hey, well, first of all, if the Nets ever get healthy, forget about that. And I think Philadelphia will give them trouble.
Well, right now, I think you need to take your hat off. You got to switch your hat right now, Walt.
Nah, man, I'm staying with Brooklyn, man. I mean, my Knicks are gone, so I got to stay with Brooklyn right now. But I mean, it's ridiculous, man. All year long. I mean, I was complaining about them then. Taking time off and this and that, and and now they getting hurt, and come on,
that's what
man.
Taking time does for you. When it comes down to really needing that extra, muscle, you just aren't ready. And I tell you, they're not ready for the physicality that they're all of a sudden. I think Milwaukee found their tool. The tool is to get physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at Carter. He's all up in his face.
Yeah, man. They yeah. I mean, I'm really impressed with Milwaukee finally, getting aggressive. Finally, and so on that note,
yes, sir.
Top 5 defensive players, period. Guards, centers, forwards, whatever. So I got my top 5. You got your top 5. You don't know my top 5. I already seen yours.
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Number 1, Rudy Gobert. Number 1. Why? Simple. No one wants to drive into the basket. when you're a defensive player like that, when no one wants to come driving into the basket, you got to be number 1. All right. Number 2, LeBron James.
You took that from me.
LeBron James can guard anybody on the court. And not only that, LeBron James can stop you from getting the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Period. Right? Number 3, Kawhi Leonard. Now, why is Kawhi Leonard not number 2? Because he can't guard everybody on the floor. But I tell you what, he's probably the best on-ball defender in the NBA. You won't get the ball when you running around. You could be Stephon Curry, and and you ain't once you give up the ball and you start running around trying to get it back, you ain't getting it. So that's why I got him at number 3. Number 4 is my favorite player in the NBA, period, for his grit, Marcus Smart.
Oh, that's a good one.
Marcus Smart could beat you defensively, period. He's the reason why the success that Boston has had is because of him. And not only that, he's a leader from the defensive position. That's unusual, all right? Because look at even Rudy. He's not the leader, right? Donovan Mitchell is a leader, but Marcus Smart is the leader of that team from a defensive position. Number 5, Ben Simmons. Of course, I had to forget about his offense, but we're not talking about offense here. We're talking about defense. He's another one that, because of his length, because of his quickness, he can guard anybody. He can guard anyone. Only problem is if he takes a charge, then you got to go to the foul line. But that's my top 5. What's yours?
Well, you read them all with the exception of Klay Thompson.
Okay, we'll run them down there. You got them in the same order?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I think to your point, Rudy, he's established himself that he's the best defensive player in the game. I do agree with you with LeBron James. LeBron, and he can play defense whenever he wants to. I remember that time when he took it off the square. It took the shot off the backboard. And then when he wants to shut you down, he will shut you down. And as a matter of fact, he did shut down Klay Thompson. Curry, and I think in the 6th game in the tournament. So yeah, LeBron's 2. I like Klay Thompson though.
Well, you switched up. You had Leonard number 2.
I know, but I'm backing out. Because you made a good one on that. Leonard is a great defensive player, but you know what? Believe it or not, if LeBron James wants to be the best defensive player in the game, he can be.
Yes,
because he's that good. So I have to give you kudos for that one. Leonard, I like, but Leonard sometimes I can't find him in every game. It's amazing. He's quiet. He's quiet with his defense. I like defense to be loud.
Yes.
He's too quiet for me on defense.
Right.
So that's why I pushed him there. And then Klay Thompson, he's my boy. So I have to agree with you. It's a tough thing, but that team that you got is pretty solid for me.
Yeah,
I can't really argue that with you.
I got to be honest with you. I did forget about Klay Thompson.
Simmons too. Now I didn't say Simmons. You got to give him credit.
Yeah. Well,
he can't score.
Yeah.
You know, because he can't score, I got him 5.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I forgot about Clay. I did. But even in thinking about him, I'm still not going to replace him with Marcus because Clay plays defense, but he's not a lead. He's not going to lead the team with defense. He doesn't give you the scrambles and the chasing of the balls off court and all that. So that's why Clay. I can't mess with Clay. Right?
Yeah,
Clay will be number 6 for me now.
But I'm going to tell you about Clay Thompson though. He may not run over the court, but he can shoot that 3.
We're not talking about offense, man.
What I'm saying, but when you're as good an offensive player he is, and you always get the best offensive player to defend, and you're winning championships.
True.
He could be on my top 5. Because
I got to give you that.
Whenever he's playing, Golden State has a chance to win the NBA championship. So
True.
I don't know how you could compare that to Marcus Smart, who gets hurt every other game. All right, and then and sometimes when the guy dribbles the basketball, he dribbles past the basket.
But we're not talking about offense here. Number 2.
But your offense, but your defense really dictates your offense in some.
But if Marcus Smart was playing with Curry and playing with Kevin Durant,
he wouldn't be starting. He'd be on the bench.
Nah. Hey, listen, man. There's always a place for somebody that can play defense.
I agree. He's a coach's dream, but there's something about his game that just he's got to come off the bench for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he throws the ball away too much for you, right?
And then you know what? His threes are suspect, and he shoots it too much for me. But don't get me wrong, I give him A for effort.
Yes,
but he's got to come off the bench for me.
I get. I mean, listen, man. I like his grit, and that's why I got to be honest with you, man. I mean, I like all these players in the NBA, but that's my favorite player.
Well, and that's because you and I think a lot alike in terms of once he's on that court, he's going to give you 150%, and you can't substitute hard work. But but again, going back to your find that really made me change in the middle of this program. Your boy LeBron can do whatever he wants when it comes to basketball. When he wants to lock you down, he will lock you down.
Right. It's no question about that. I think that if he decided, well, listen, man, I remember because we did the centers, right? Will Chamberlain, like one year he decided to play defense. Next year he decides to be the number 1 player with assists. Next game he wants he always scored. I mean, so, but he'll decide what he wants to do that year. And LeBron he does that in the game during the game.
Yes, he does. He's that good. And people question that every year. But bottom line, if he sets a goal for himself, he usually meets that goal. But going back to you say defense, what I think what people should put more focus on one, you got to give Rudy some juice. Rudy, I do. Rudy, I mean, the NBA needs to really appreciate his abilities because what's it, 3 years now that he's been a defensive player? I mean that's pretty strong. And I think the guy has a great attitude because he seems to be a team player. He seems to be enthusiastic when he's out there on the court. He doesn't cry for the ball.
No,
you know what I'm saying, for what he does, he could ask for the ball more often.
He could. I mean, but the thing I like about him is that he hustles and he runs.
Oh, up and down like a gazelle.
He doesn't. Even on a fast break, he's down there running. And
he got great timing on one. Great timing.
It's amazing. But again, right? The thing about him, which is like, you're not going to see that unless you're watching the game from a perspective like me and you, right?
Yes.
When you see those guards and you see those forwards start messing around, going too close to the inside, they turn around and throw it back out because he's standing.
And they don't see that. You're absolutely right, Juan. They don't see how he changes the offensive play.
That's right.
No question about it.
Right. You're not going to be taking no 10-footer with him.
You're absolutely.
You're not going to take a 10-footer.
So I think in the years to come, too, Juan, they're going to label him as one of the best defensive players of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, you know what? I think that he also, he has capability offensively now. I mean, he needs to go hang out with Hakeem Olajuwon and learn some of those moves.
No question.
You
And
know,
Juan, also too, Juan, I think when we think about Utah now that we're talking about Rudy,
yeah.
if Mike Conley comes back,
Oh,
there could be some trouble
yeah.
in River City. There could be some
Oh, there's
trouble
no
in River
question.
City.
There's no question about that. I mean, we like this team anyway, right from the beginning, you know, and they still got a chance to come out of the West, man. I mean, period. You know,
I wish Mike come back because Mike hits those threes and he's smart and he doesn't turn the ball over. He's a seasoned vet and he makes Rudy better.
I see him. To be honest with you, I still see Utah as coming out of the West right now. I do.
I would have to agree with you,
I do.
Juan, and I hope that they do because I think they will give you. And plus, they're pretty exciting to watch.
But you flip flopping on me, man. First of all, you over here, you know, with CP, you know, 3, like, yeah, you know, he needs to get a championship, blah, blah. That's your boy over there, this and that, you know. But then you come back to reality.
yeah. Well, the more you talk about a real good team, Juan, and you and I know, I mean, at the end of the day, individuals, it's great to be a great individual player, but the best thing to watch is a real well-oiled team. One that can move the ball, make each other better, i.e. the Knicks back in the 70s with Walt Frazier and Willis Reed and them. That was basketball persona. Or when you watch the Boston Celtics with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, you know, they were just clockwork orange.
The Philly team that they talked about being probably the best team ever.
Oh,
they just didn't stay together.
You're right. You mean, yeah.
You know, what team was that? That was like 76 or something.
Oh yeah.
When did they win?
You mean Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philly. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You mean with Chet Walker and the boys?
With Chet Walker and them boys. Hal Greer and them guys. Yeah, man.
Wally Jones and
Wally Jones. Oh, defense.
Luke,
yeah, man. Oh, what a team. You know, what a team. Yeah. Well, listen, man. We got some more basketball tonight. We'll be back tomorrow to to actually now we're gonna go with the top 5 defensive players of all time tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Of all time.
You know, and you can't, you know what? And Juan, what's interesting about this whole scenario too is that, you know, you got to throw the young boys in there too. You just can't go back to old Lang Syne. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what you got. I know. I'm already thinking about mine.
I know. Well, you jumped ahead of me. You got me when you threw in the King because I said, "Oh wow," I forgot about him. But I thought it was really nice to at least be on the same page with most of the players because defense wins ball games. But at the end of the day, Juan, I want Michael Jordan on my team.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So man. Because we haven't done the top guards of all time yet either. So my goodness.
We haven't.
Yeah. But we're gonna stay with the defense tomorrow. Top 5 defensive players of all time. There you go. All right, brother. Listen, man, have a wonderful evening, man. Enjoy the basketball game. And I'll see you tomorrow, man. My man.
Looking forward to it. Have a blessed day.
All right. Walt's World with the All-American Walter Luckett. Man, he would have scored 6,000 points in high school with 3-point shot. There you go. All right, y'all. Have a great evening.